radio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
It was not a good homecoming for LeBron last night in Cleveland. The Lakers lost by 30 to the Cavaliers, 129-99. The Cavs broke the game open in the third quarter, outscoring the Lakers by 20. LeBron finished with 11 points and 6 turnovers. He was 0 for 3 on three-pointers. The best part of the night for LeBron was a pregame video tribute about his time in Cleveland. LeBron needed tissue to wipe away tears. The UCLA women's basketball team, ranked second in the country, won their 14th straight game Wednesday night. They beat Illinois 80-67. 23 points and 9 rebounds for Bruin center Lauren Betts. The Bruins are 20-1, 10-0 in the Big Ten. USC's women's basketball team plays Iowa tonight at the Galen Center. USC is having a tough time without All-American Juju Watkins. The Trojans have lost 7 of their last 10 games and have fallen to 3-6 in the Big Ten. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's do this. On the evening of Monday, January 26th, something special happened. Hundreds of people joined me for a live preview session on the anatomy of a great conversation, and we went deep, for starters, on the notion of curiosity. I mean, real curiosity. The kind that transforms how you connect with anyone, anywhere. We explored why most conversations fall flat, and I revealed 3 of the top 5 killers of curiosity that sabotage even the best communicators. But here's the thing, we only scratched the surface. The full 4-week journey begins Monday, February 16th with the Founding Members Cohort. This course is for podcasters, leaders, entrepreneurs, anyone who knows that your next great opportunity can begin or end with the quality of a conversation. Space in this founding cohort is limited, so go to TavishTalks.com right now. That's TavishTalks.com. Click register or scan the QR code. Don't let this conversation happen without you.
Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war that until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Miss a war that until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race. This a war.
KBLA Talk 1580, and we are there. We are there right now. Sad but true, that is the state of not just the U.S., but I would say globally. It's war. But hopefully we come out of this with more justice, more more knowledge, more equality, more better governance. Look, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but that's what I see at the other end. Being joined right now by a journalist. He was a 2017 Annenberg National Fellow. He freelances for various publications, including the national newspapers Publishers Association, Black Press USA, Newswire, and Al Jazeera. He was educated in the UK, Jamaica, and the US, and he lives in the nation's capital. He's got a live stream video blog called Speak Freely with Barrington Salmon. Barrington Salmon, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey,
I'm hanging in the middle of crazy times.
Right. That's an affirmation, right? Every time we say, I'm good, it's like willing ourselves to be so.
For sure.
Willing ourselves to be so. And also, kind of laughing to keep from crying. I think that's one of my specialties.
Yes. Yeah.
So, it does. It looks like war. It feels like war on the streets of Minneapolis, but not just there. I think that's where all of our eyes are focused. But these similar things are happening in LA and in San Diego and DC and New York, all across the country. And I think it feels like it's really not just shaking people in terms of how they feel about our government and the possibility of a national strike tomorrow, but also the international standing of this country. We saw that at Davos, and I think now people are canceling their tickets to the World Cup. We're hearing some mutterings about canceling the Olympics, although I doubt that. Do you think that this moment of hardcore tactics on the part of not just ICE but the entire federal law enforcement apparatus is changing things profoundly in this country, or is it just what we've always done, only louder?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this is a flashpoint, a tipping point, and that people really begin to understand that if we don't do anything, we're doomed. One of the things that I think has discombobulated a lot of Americans is just they call it flooding the zone.
Yeah.
Where they do 50 million things at the same time, and they're doing a whole bunch of things in terms of dismantling the government and the federal government structure, dismantling healthcare, social welfare, and all of that. A lot of things that we don't see. And it's a smart way to do what you're doing, and the thing that I really worry about is that even if the Orange Menace dies, they've already put a lot of the system in place to continue what he began, because this is really a white nationalist, white domestic terror takeover, and these people are intending to stay in as long as possible, permanently, if they can. And that's my fear.
Yeah, I think it is a white nationalist takeover. And although we've always had those elements, or at least in my whole lifetime, we've had those elements in law enforcement and in federal agencies, I don't think they've been all the way in charge the way they are now. And I don't think they've been quite as blatant as they are now. It does feel more urgent because I feel like they're not even trying to hide it at this point.
They don't have to, because that's the reason why they have the military and National Guard on the street, and it's a bully campaign. They want to force people into submission. I don't think it will work, because for the best thing going for Americans is that this country is too large for the government to control fully. So there are always going to be sections that they don't have control. And I keep on reminding friends and those that I know that there's a whole lot more of us than them. They keep on trying to make us feel like they're the majority when they're not.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think I keep saying the people are the solution. The people are getting in the streets. I don't think we're out there at the levels we will be if this continues the way it is. But the people are in the streets. And I don't know that I've ever seen people on this mass level resisting directly against law enforcement, like trying to drag people away from ICE and trying to block people from getting into, apartment buildings, churches, places of business. That spirit is one of the things that gives me a lot of hope.
And I pray it continues. I hope it continues, because people power is going to make the difference. The thing, I write for the Florida Phoenix. I do a weekly political column. And one story that I've done a number of stories on immigration and what they're doing, because Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, he is the mini-me Trump, and everything that every dirty, nasty, vile policy that the federal government has introduced, he's introduced it in Florida. At the moment, there are 1,200 undocumented immigrants that they sent to what they call Alligator Alcatraz, who are missing. They've wiped the files. Nobody knows where they are. And they've said that there are reports that they've been using military flights that are not documented and just taking people anywhere in the world and dropping them off.
And that tracks, because why would they be making these agreements with Sudan and Ghana and El Salvador if they didn't plan to drop people there?
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. Because we were in Ghana recently, and there are maybe 24, I think, so far, people, Africans, that they dropped in Ghana, and a lot of these folks fled their countries because of political persecution, death threats, and Ghana sent them back.
Wow.
Ghana sent them back.
Ghana sent them back to their countries of origin, meaning that
their countries of, yes,
meaning that they will probably die. They will probably be killed. But then Ghana has, the Ghanaian government has accepted money from the United States to be a dropping point. Yeah, that's
they all have. And the thing, this is all interconnected, because as long as the United States has a SWIFT system, the SWIFT financial system, and has countries agreeing to use the U.S. dollar as a currency, they will continue to have control over what people do. They have been threatening and bullying African countries. They've been threatening and bullying Latin American countries, forcing them into deals to give up their lithium, their rare earth minerals, and all that stuff. And when you don't do it, then they impose sanctions, because the lie that the mainstream media has been telling is that the reason why Venezuela was in the dire straits that it's in was because of mismanagement and malfeasance of Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro. It's a lie. Obama, Biden, and Trump imposed onerous sanctions against Venezuela. They've been forcing, and this is the first time that we're seeing America stealing Venezuelan oil off of oil tankers and selling it. It is theft. There's no other way to explain it. It is theft. They're criminals.
Yeah.
And they're using.
I don't know how you can disagree with that. They make a million excuses. They're actually literally just acting like pirates and taking people's oil tankers. And then once they remove Maduro, the oil tankers magically reappear. We know of at least 500 million, right, that has been already brought in from Venezuelan oil, and we don't. And that money supposedly is going back to Venezuela to help. But if you believe that,
I don't believe that. I think it's going into, because this is a kleptocracy. This is an entire administration of thieves. They are criminals, and all they're doing is looting the public treasury and stealing as much money as they can. I don't believe that it's going to Venezuela.
I don't either. I mean, all you have to do is look at the Trump charity. There is a Trump charity, and they're spending the money on portraits of Trump. So if he's got a slush fund of 500 million or plus, who knows how much it really is, that they stole from Venezuela, we think he's going to honorably reinvest in Venezuela. I think that's pretty.
These people have no honor.
Unlikely.
They have no honor, no integrity, no morality, and they're fighting against people who have these things. Because the question I keep on asking is, how many times will ICE and the police and all these people continue to kill us and we do nothing? That's my question.
That is a very, very good question. Say his name, Keith Porter Jr., black man killed by ICE New Year's Eve here in Los Angeles, in Northridge. I'm going to keep bringing it up on every feed, on every show. because his family deserves it, because they deserve justice, and because we need to see that we are all affected by this. We're talking with Barrington Salmon. You're invited in at 800-920-1580. We'll continue when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Hey, KBLA delegation, you know what's better than laughing? Laughing while celebrating the legends who made us laugh in the first place. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to present our annual Black History Month luncheon. And this year, we're honoring comedy greats, trailblazers who broke barriers, and funny bones at the same time.
You had to grow up early when we was growing up because your parents were sending you to the store to buy. You was too young to buy. I want you to go to the store, give me a fifth of gin and a pack of cigarettes. Mama, I'm two, they ain't gonna let me have that. Here, take this note. You be a little boy walking down the street with liquor and cigarettes. And your neighbors be going, that's a good little boy right there.
We need a little levity right about now. So we're rolling out the red carpet for comedy royalty. D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Lunel, Dion Cole, Martin Lawrence, and a surprise guest appearance. It's going up Thursday, February 26th in downtown LA at the Grammy Museum. An unforgettable afternoon of stories, celebration, and yes, plenty of laughs, because let's be real, these legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Your Honor. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room on one stage at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Barrington Salmon is with me. Hey, if we want to get your weekly column, how do we find it? I want to make sure I ask you that before we eat up the whole clock and we don't get to it.
Just go to Florida Phoenix. THOENIX.
Florida Phoenix. Got it.
Yes.
And for your pod, for your live streams, how do we find that?
We're on YouTube and we're on Facebook sometimes because every now and then Facebook kicks us off because they don't like the content.
You go to Facebook jail, right? I've been there before.
I stay in jail.
You stay in Facebook jail. Hey, are you on TikTok, Barrington? Because I've been thinking maybe I should get off of it. Now I'm hearing
you need to.
About a Palestinian activist that just got kicked off, and you can't say Epstein, and you can't. I mean,
you can't criticize Zionism. The dude who they hired, I don't know who he is. I think he's either Israeli or Jewish, but he's a unapologetic Zionist, and he has said that anybody that says anything negative about Israel is going to be kicked off. But the thing about it is that Larry Ellison, who is a multi-billionaire who owns Oracle, he is I think he's a part owner.
He is. That I do know. I've been tracking that.
TikTok.
Yeah, because now he owns
And
CBS and TikTok. I mean, it's sort of a.
He owns everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that I think the thing that makes me most disappointed is that the mainstream media is completely captive to these right-wing elements, and I thought that there'd be more of a fight from them, but they've all just cowered and melted like hot butter.
Yeah,
they are cowards, and they're more interested in the dollar. I mean, the boy Bezos that owns the Washington Post.
Yeah,
he told his editors and his writers, don't write anything negative about Trump, and because apparently there's a $6 billion merger of some type that he wants to go through, and he needs Trump's blessing. So everybody's kissing Trump's ring.
Yeah, it's pretty alarming, actually. I know some folks are still on. I'm still on Twitter and I'm still on TikTok, and I know that Twitter is taking all of my followers away.
Really?
Yeah, they are. Ever since Elon bought it, my followers started going down instead of up for the first time.
Yeah.
So they're going to kick me off whether I kick myself off or not. But TikTok, it's pretty alarming, some of the stuff that's happening. So
there are other options that are presenting themselves. I was reading about some, but I don't remember their names. The only one that comes to mind at the moment is Bluesky. But there are some black.
Yeah, there's fan base
platforms.
And Spill, but
Yeah.
I haven't really dived into those yet. In any case, we can find you sometimes on Facebook, is what we know.
Oh yeah. And I don't know how much longer that's going to be.
Yeah, well, we can hopefully we'll find other ways, like you said. We'll start. We'll build up fan base and such. So you referenced, the dollar, right? And how the dollar being the world currency gives the United States an outsized amount of clout. With the rise of BRICS and the rebellion, or the pushback maybe is a better word, by these so-called middle powers in Europe after Trump actually threatened to take Greenland. Do you think the dollar stays the world currency? It feels like we might be moving away from that. And what does that mean for U.S. hegemony?
I think that the reason why the Orange Menace and all these people are pushing so hard, because every time that an African country or a Latin American country says that they are considering joining BRICS or moving to an alternate currency, he loses his mind, and he threatens to invade. He threatens to sanction them. Sorry. So I think, given the thing is that I'm not convinced that Trump is not a Russian instrument to destroy the United States, because everything that he's doing is weakening and destroying U.S. power. The allies don't trust them. Nobody trusts them. He thinks that he can invade anybody that pisses him off, and he's erratic and he's just doing a whole bunch of stuff. I think it serves the interests of Russia. It serves the interests of other people, other countries that are competitors and enemies. I think that the wolf is in the hen house, and we probably will find this out maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now. But I believe that he is bought and paid for, and that what he's doing is destroying this country from within.
Yeah, it does seem like, I kind of attributed it to this sort of mafia presidency where everything is a grift and like you said, a kleptocracy / oligarchy. Everything is a grift. Everything is about his pockets, his family's pockets. But there is the other question of what does he owe, and who has compromising information on him. And what does he have to do to stay alive? So I think that's a fair question. You know, how much power and control does Russia have? How much power and control does Israel have?
Well, Israel, the United States is a vassal state of Israel.
Whoa. He said the quiet part out loud right there. What do you explain what you mean by that and why you say it?
I think the last figure I saw, and I could be wrong, is that AIPAC spent like $60 million buying Congress people. What's her name? Oh my God. There's a young lady who ran, a young black woman that ran for Congress some years ago. And she said that the first thing that they demanded of every new congressperson coming in was to sign an agreement saying that they would support Israel, they wouldn't criticize Israel. And she refused, and she was a one-term.
Cori Bush.
No, it wasn't Cori Bush, it was before her.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of her name. But that's what they do. They can, I mean, somebody like Richie Torres from New York and all of these other people, they can't speak out against Israel because they're bought and paid for.
And when it comes to Trump, I mean, it does, even though I'm always saying this, we're the sugar daddy, we're the ones that are paying their bills.
Yeah.
So why don't we have more control? Why does it seem like not just from the members of Congress, but from the executive branch, there's no autonomy, there's no independence?
No. And it always intrigues me how intertwined everything is, because one of the things I've done a lot of reading and my own research on Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein was a honeypot. What they would do is get these politicians and these business people in compromising positions, and then you own them.
Right.
And you know, there's a lot of evidence showing that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were working with Mossad to compromise political, business, and other leaders, U.S. So once you do that, what are they going to do? Imagine this. I was reading it the other day and it blew my mind. They said that the United States gives Israel $3.1 or $3.2 billion every year. They have free health care. They have all of the things that we have been fighting for in this country because of the amount of money that the U.S. gives them. We're here. It's our money, our hard-earned money, and they're taking it and giving it to who the hell they want, and then telling you that the deficit, they don't have the budget. It's garbage. They're spent 57% of the U.S. budget. The U.S. national budget is spent on the Defense Department. And the $10,000 hammers and the $6,000 toilets, that's not a lie. The defense contractors, the General Electric and Raytheon, and those guys, they're fat and lazy, living off of our money.
Yeah. We've got news, traffic, and sports right here. Then we'll continue the conversation with journalist Barrington Salmon. You are invited in at 800-920-1580 or on YouTube at KBLA 1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The FBI has executed a search warrant at Fulton County's election office in Georgia, seizing materials tied to the 2020 election. Black County Commission Chair Rob Pitts.
I can no longer, as chair of this board, satisfy not only the citizens of Atlanta, but the citizens of the world that those ballots are still secure.
The FBI and Justice Department haven't commented on the investigation. Rapper Vic Mensa is urging a nationwide ice-out strike after joining protests in Minneapolis. He says a general strike is the only way to fight what he calls ice terror, calling for no work, no school, and no shopping this Friday. And Rihanna is breaking another record, becoming the first female artist with the most diamond-certified songs in U.S. history, now 8 in total. Her hit Love on the Brain just went diamond, joining tracks like Umbrella and We Found Love. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
It was not a good homecoming for LeBron last night in Cleveland. The Lakers lost by 30 to the Cavaliers, 129-99. The Cavs broke the game open in the third quarter, outscoring the Lakers by 20. LeBron finished with 11 points and 6 turnovers. He was 0 for 3 on three-pointers. The best part of the night for LeBron was a pregame video tribute about his time in Cleveland. LeBron needed tissue to wipe away tears. The UCLA women's basketball team, ranked second in the country, won their 14th straight game Wednesday night. They beat Illinois 80-67. 23 points and 9 rebounds for Bruin center Lauren Betts. The Bruins are 20-1, 10-0 in the Big Ten. USC's women's basketball team plays Iowa tonight at the Galen Center. USC is having a tough time without All-American Juju Watkins. The Trojans have lost 7 of their last 10 games and have fallen to 3-6 in the Big Ten. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
LADWP customers get rebates up to $4,000 when you buy a used electric or hybrid vehicle. Installing an EV charger at your home? Get a rebate for that too, up to $1,500. Visit ladwp.com/EV today and start saving. That's ladwp.com/EV. Still battling a thirsty lawn that guzzles water and drains your wallet? Let LADWP turn that patch of grass into a gorgeous drought-smart garden for free. We're talking a full California-friendly landscape makeover designed and installed by pros at no cost to you. That's right, LADWP does the work, you get the upgrade. Ready to transform your yard and save big? Visit ladwp.com/leap. That's ladwp.com/LEAP.
They call it progress, but progress has a price. Land once held in black hands, taken, stolen, erased. Acres paved into highways, fields burned. Homes replaced by parking lots and broken promises. Every deed lost was a dream deferred. We talk about millionaires, but what about the millionaires that never were? The farmers whose soil was seized. The families who watched their inheritance disappear. The wealth that never had a chance to grow because its roots were ripped from the ground. They took the land, but never the legacy, because the soil remembers, and so do we. Every story matters. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and amplify these stories. If this is part of your family's history, visit blacklandlost.org/share your story and help bring us closer to justice.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Barrington Salmon is with us. He's a journalist. You can find his column at the Florida Phoenix. You can also find him on YouTube while it lasts, right?
While it lasts. Yeah.
While it lasts. I guess we could say we can find.
This is just.
Go ahead.
This is just an opportunity. I think all of what we're seeing. I mean, for certain folks, white folks in particular, the ferocity with which the federal government is attacking them may be new, but it's not new for African Americans. It's not new for black people. There's always been low intensity guerrilla warfare against African Americans and black people in this country. So this is not new. And I think that even with all of the craziness that's going on, I think it presents an opportunity for us to begin to do some things for ourselves. So, and I will use it in the Africa context. Since he came in the second term, he has suspended aid and healthcare and all this stuff to African countries. That means to me that these people who claim to be leaders need to find alternative ways to provide the things that their people need and stop sucking at the teeth of the United States. It will lead to more sovereignty and independence.
Well, hopefully that's true. I mean, hopefully we as Black Americans or progressive Americans of any ethnicity also have to find ways to be more independent. I mean, I think you made the example of TikTok, find a way around it.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
But the thing for me, I look at it all the time. African Americans, black people in this country, have $1.5 trillion of disposable income. Stuff, Nikes and pretty clothes and all this stuff. We have got to begin to use that money to build our businesses, to fund our schools, to fill in the blanks of the places where these people are never going to give. They're never going to give us the thing. When people talk about I hope we get reparations. I don't think it's ever going to come, especially with these right-wing, you-know-whats who are running the country now. It's a waste of time, in my estimation, to think that they're going to give you anything. So we have to find. We're creative. We're innovative. We have to find ways to buttress what we have, to fill in what we've lost. I don't know any other way.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, we've always found a way. Last year we went to Benin. We do a KBLA and African Focus do an annual trip to Africa, a different country. Last year we went to Benin, and there's a whole city built on stilts. I was expecting a tiny village. There's 50,000 people that live in this place. And it was built to evade, slave catchers, traders who, and that culture still exists. The people they get around in canoes. They have hair salons and bars and churches. And I just use that because it's an example, when things get perilous, we innovate. That's what we do.
And I heard you before I came on talking about the whole notion of allies.
Right.
I mean, in my spaces, the people who think like I do, who are working for the things that I do, they're not just black people.
Yeah.
They're Latinos, they're white people, they're folks from other places. And I think that what we have got to begin to move from, and to move from aggressively, is attempts by the 1% to have us fighting each other so we don't see what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're the enemy. And I think that one of the things that we have to do as well is to begin to articulate the reality that this is not just a race war, it's a class war. It is, and two things can be true at the same time.
Yep.
and I mean, I'm looking at like Nebraska, who they said is on the verge of bankruptcy. The government is on the verge of bankruptcy. The China used to buy $30 billion worth of soybean. And Trump, in one of his tantrums, did and said some things. I think it might have imposed some tariffs and stuff. And China said, no problem. And they went to Argentina and Brazil. And the farmers, the soybean farmers in the U.S. are out of luck. And farms across this country are closing at an alarming rate. And the mega corporations are buying them. So it's everywhere you look is a concentration of media, concentration of computer innovation, concentration of farms, all for them to make money. And I mean, if it's not clear to us yet that they don't care, I read yesterday that the House of Representatives voted for an extension of the ACA subsidies because they realize that if they don't do it, they have no chance in hell in the midterms. They didn't do it because they think that Americans whose money they're taking, deserves to have health care. It's because they're afraid of losing the powerful and cushy positions that they have. We need to throw all of them out, them and Democrats. Democrats are, every time I think about them, it makes my head hurt. Because all they're doing is mouthing words. The first thing they need to do is get rid of Schumer and Jeffries. Because they have not, they're not, it is two sides of the same bird. They're all corporatists. They're all taking money from the same donors. They don't care about the American people. And they assume that they can give you a crumb here, a crumb there, and you're cool. And I just keep on wishing. I wish that what we see in France, because you mess with any French person, the labor unions, the farmers, they're on the street.
Yeah.
We're asleep. Until now, we've been asleep. And I think the thing that most sticks out to me is that folks are so selfish. If it's not affecting me and my family directly, I don't care.
Okay, was a few things there that I need to unpack that you said. I mean, to be clear, the Obamacare or ACA subsidies have not been extended, though. I mean,
No.
As of right now, it's just talk.
But they just voted for a 3-year extension, like yesterday.
The House of Representatives, but
The House of Representatives.
that's not the law.
So it goes to the Senate.
Right,
It
has
still
to
has
go.
to
Right,
the Senate.
exactly. Still has to go to the Senate.
Mhm.
And we've seen the House at least one other time defy the Senate defy the Republicans on the Epstein file, and then what happens?
Yeah.
It goes to the Senate
And nothing.
So we'll see. I mean,
But there are too many people in the files. Our Speaker Mike Johnson said it. He said if we release the files, it's going to destroy this country.
yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I don't believe we'll ever see that. I believe we'll get reparations before they release the Epstein files. To me, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, if they're in there and they have to fall, so be it.
Yeah.
The other thing is that, I wonder about Snopes. I think Snopes, my view of them over the years has gone from
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Snopes, the fact-checking site Snopes.
Oh, yeah.
I think of them. I thought of them as neutral, but now I've come to see them as being a little bit more conservative, or
Yeah.
center, right?
We can't trust none of them. We can't trust nobody.
Because they claim that there is no bankruptcy affecting Nebraska.
That's not true. That's not true, because I have read stories, seen stories of farmers and Nebraska state officials who are panicking because they're close to bankruptcy.
And I've seen story after story about those farmers losing their farms or getting foreclosed because, and we know for sure that farmers are under pressure from the tariffs. So it's interesting that they say this is not true, that the farmers are not under pressure because of tariffs and labor shortages.
I would say father the money.
Yeah.
With Snopes, I would say father the money, because everything is about the money these days. The CBSs and the MSNBCs, the Washington Posts, they're trying to keep their bottom line straight in the black. They're doing whatever they can. I think one of the things that we as regular Americans need to realize is that nothing is quote unquote normal anymore. And whatever it is that it was before this dude came in office, those days are done, and they're not coming back.
Yeah, not coming back, you say? Not at all.
They're not.
There is no return to normalcy, or this is the new normal. Fascism, authoritarianism, heavy-handedness, and consistent, blatant lies, prevarications on the part of electeds, the Carolyn Leavitts of the world. That's the new normal. Yeah. 1984, the novel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Nuremberg-type trials at the end of all this. Because if this country allows these people, these monsters, these demons to get away with this, then that too will mark the end of this country as a country.
Talking with Barrington Salmon. I'll continue the conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
They call it progress, but progress has a price. Land once held in black hands, taken, stolen, erased. Acres paved into highways, fields burned. Homes replaced by parking lots and broken promises. Every deed lost was a dream deferred. We talk about millionaires, but what about the millionaires that never were? The farmers whose soil was seized. The families who watched their inheritance disappear. The wealth that never had a chance to grow because its roots were ripped from the ground. They took the land, but never the legacy, because the soil remembers, and so do we. Every story matters. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and amplify these stories. If this is part of your family's history, visit blacklandlost.org/share your story and help bring us closer to justice.
Let's do this. On the evening of Monday, January 26th, something special happened. Hundreds of people joined me for a live preview session on the anatomy of a great conversation, and we went deep, for starters, on the notion of curiosity. I mean, real curiosity. The kind that transforms how you connect with anyone, anywhere. We explored why most conversations fall flat, and I revealed 3 of the top 5 killers of curiosity that sabotage even the best communicators. But here's the thing, we only scratched the surface. The full 4-week journey begins Monday, February 16th with the Founding Members Cohort. This course is for podcasters, leaders, entrepreneurs, anyone who knows that your next great opportunity can begin or end with the quality of a conversation. Space in this founding cohort is limited, so go to TavishTalks.com right now. That's TavishTalks.com. Click register or scan the QR code. Don't let this conversation happen without you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
Talking with Barrington Salmon. It may be kind of a moot point after what you said, Barrington, which is you think we got to get rid of the Democrats and the Republicans.
Yes, I do.
Nevertheless, well, and I can ask you, where do we go from there? But I'm asking that in the context of the FBI on Wednesday searching the election office of one county in Georgia that was part of this whole conspiracy, that lie that Donald Trump put forth that the election was stolen in 2020. And he has been talking about prosecuting people over the 2020 election. They went to Fulton County, which of course encompasses Atlanta, of course, where all the black people are. And they're trying to pull records around the 2020 election. This is part of what appears to be a massive voter suppression campaign as Elon Musk seeks to pass a bill to make it harder to vote. And they've been taking over local election commissions and boards, stacking them with MAGA people. I mean, why should I be concerned about voter suppression if, number one, many of us feel they cheated in the 2024 election, and number two, you don't think we should be aligning with Democrats or Republicans? Why does it matter? Why does voter suppression matter?
Let me be a little bit more nuanced.
Okay.
We need to, first of all, the entire system that determines who gets elected needs to be torn down and burned. Because if you don't have money and if you don't have connections, most of the time you can't get in.
Right.
We need to. I mean, if you have a Democrat, someone who identifies as a Democrat, and they have a backstory, a history of embracing and putting forward progressive ideas, cool. But these, I mean, OC and all of these folks,
and Zoran Mandamni,
then Republicans.
Yeah.
Then Republicans.
Yeah.
They have done everything to.
So you're talking about public financing of campaigns.
Public financing, yes, and rank ordering.
Ranked choice voting.
Elections, ranked choice voting. We got to change this whole thing, man. They need to defeat this, whatever that Supreme Court law was that allows unlimited amount of money to come in, because they
Citizens
have bought,
United.
Citizens United, thank you. They have bought. They're buying elections. We should be concerned because at least 16 states have been approached by Pam Bondi, the AG, and the federal government, trying to force them to give over voter rolls.
Including Minneapolis, where they said they would leave. They would leave if you give us your information.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So folks, maybe you're included, thinks that the midterms is going to be normal and legit. I don't think so. I don't think there's even going to be a midterm.
You don't? Trump has joked about it a couple times. Why even have a midterm? We don't need that.
He's been saying it. And to Americans' credit, at this point they haven't burned shit down, because he's hoping that they will do something like that to give him justification to put the military on the streets and declare martial law, and we have no election.
But okay, but the way they lie, we don't even have to have an incident. He can just say, this is happening. I mean, look at what they, what they did with Renee Good. The lady was trying to get away, and they shot her in the face and killed her, and then they called her a terrorist. That's
yeah.
So you don't think we're having midterms at all? You I suppose
5%.
But the midterms are right now. I mean, they're in a few months.
Yeah, I think that he's going to find some way to rig it, to upset it, to. That's just my opinion.
I think we'll have midterms, but I think the rigging and the cheating, whether it's cyber cheating or suppression, the way they're changing the rules or trying to eliminate mail-in voting or curtail it. I think they will have midterms, but they will not be entirely legitimate.
Yeah. The thing that concerns me, we still do not know what Elon Musk and Doge did. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
I'm convinced that Elon Musk had something to do with stealing the 2024 election.
Same.
Because there's no way there are
he said it.
and voting areas that they said Kamala Harris got no votes. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said it. I mean, when he was mad at Trump, he pretty much said, "You wouldn't be president if it wasn't for me."
Without me, yeah. And I still don't believe that Trump won every swing state. I think they stole it.
Yeah.
I think they stole it. So.
Well, on that cheery note, I want to thank you for joining me this morning. It's much appreciated. I always love talking with you, Barrington.
Thank you.
And
I enjoy it too.
Yes, and I encourage folks to check out your column in the Florida Phoenix and find you on YouTube.
Thank you.
Hip-hop icon will be joining us next hour. Yo-Yo is in the studio. She's also a chef, a TV chef now. We'll find out about that and more when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The FBI has executed a search warrant at Fulton County's election office in Georgia, seizing materials tied to the 2020 election. Black County Commission Chair Rob Pitts.
Now, I can no longer, as chair of this board, satisfy not only the citizens of Atlanta, but the citizens of the world that those ballots are still secure.